What's going on, everybody? I'm David, and this is my family, Small Shop Mickey and Mandy. We're Disney adults, and we create custom bags, handmade home decor, and screen printed shirts inspired by everybody's favorite magical theme parks. But for today, this is our first Disney Parks content video. It's been about 3 weeks coming at this point, but we finally made it. And if I'm being honest, this is probably the part of our YouTube channel that I am the most excited about. Not that I can't do Disney Parks content on TikTok or on Instagram or on Threads, but on YouTube it's supposed to be longer formats so we can really dig deep into this stuff. And it's actually pretty fitting because we literally just booked our reservations and everything for our next Disney trip in May. So if you're not already, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of that content. But for our first Disney Parks video, we are actually basing it off of what should be the first step in the process of planning any trip to Disney World. Where are you staying? Technically, the first question that we more or less get is, hey, I'm going to Disney World later this year. What do you recommend that I do while I'm there? And that is a phenomenal question, and we are going to get to that. I normally encourage people to just slow down, take a breath. I know you're excited, but we need to answer this question. Where are you staying while you're going to Disney? And the answer for that flow chart is very, very simple. Really just comes down to this question. Are you planning on doing literally anything else in the state of Florida during your visit? If the answer to that question is yes, then I wouldn't necessarily stay on Disney property just because there's a lot of Florida to cover. But if you're flying into Orlando International Airport and you're looking at that super weird carpet and you're really only going to Disney, then stay at a Disney hotel. And if you're still not convinced, I have three, that's right, count them, three reasons for why you should be staying at a Disney resort hotel. And those three main reasons are transportation, relaxation, and variety. And today we're going to be diving into all of those. Reason number one, access to on-site Disney transportation. Disney World has a wide variety of on-site and complimentary transportation options to get you from point A to point B during your trip. This means when you park your car at your resort, you don't even need to acknowledge its existence again until that super sad day where you have to leave Disney. Disney World offers monorails, boats, their Skyliner system, and buses, all at guest disposal. Just to name a few examples of how you can use these super cool ways of getting around to your advantage, you can take the monorail from Disney's Polynesian Resort over to the Magic Kingdom. You can take a boat from Disney's Beach Club Resort over to Disney's Hollywood Studios, a Skyliner from Disney's Art of Animation Resort over to Epcot, or a bus from Disney's Port Orleans Resorts to Disney's Animal Kingdom. These are all incredibly easy to navigate, and there are signs at each mode of transportation to let you know where they are going. And if for whatever reason you find yourself confused or turned around, Monorail and Skyliner depots do have cast members stationed there to answer any of your questions. But it also never hurts to just go to the front desk of your Disney hotel and say, hey, I'm going to Magic Kingdom, Epcot, or Disney's Hollywood Studios. How do I get there from here? With those being front desk personnel specific to that resort, they are incredibly well versed in all of that information. How often they run, how late they run, the whole thing. But now that you know how simple it is to navigate around Disney World, you now have incredibly easy access to reason number two, relaxation. Taking on the Disney parks by day can be exhausting to say the least. So it's important that you use that on-site complimentary transportation to your advantage and take a quick trip back to the hotel for a break. Given how far Disney is from the rest of Orlando or Kissimmee, this isn't necessarily an option that is readily available to you if you were to stay off property. And because of how exhausting it can be to take on the Disney parks by day, you don't want to have to worry about driving back and forth when you're ready to take a break or go back to a Disney park. Letting somebody else drive the boat, the monorail, the bus, the whatever, it just adds more to that relaxation. And then when you do get back to your resort, you can take a quick dip in the pool, have a cocktail, get a quick bite to eat over at one of the food courts, or you can just take a nap. That way, when you're ready to go back to the Disney parks and shut it down, you feel refreshed, you are ready to go. We personally find ourselves either taking a nap or going to the pool. You feel like you can take on any part of Disney World if you do either of those. And before we get into reason number three for why you should be staying at a Disney hotel during your next trip, I do want to take a very quick moment to say that if you haven't already, go check out my family's small shop, mickeyandmandy.com. My mom makes custom bags, my dad makes handmade home decor, me and my sister design screen printed shirts. We have an absolute blast. It is our passion to create the perfect whatever for your next trip to the Disney parks. Just add a little bit more magic to them. And if you're interested in getting a custom pocket tee or a custom bag, whatever, feel free to shoot us an email. You can also check out our pinned TikTok video, how to order a custom item. And all that information will be at the end of this video too, so be sure to watch until the end. All right, now on with the show. Reason number 3, the variety of Disney hotels available. Disney hotels are split up into 3 main categories: value, moderate, and deluxe resorts. I'm going to break down what each one of these different categories mean and also give you my personal recommendations for which one I would stay at. Value resorts are smaller in price but go larger than life with their theming. I'd say staying here is the closest that one will get to staying at a standard hotel, but just in Disney. The dining here normally isn't worth writing home about, but Disney Resort Pizza is on another level. I won't be taking questions on that. You're just going to have to stay at a value resort and experience it. The value resort that I would personally stay at is Disney's Pop Century Resort. This resort is slightly more expensive than other value resorts, but you're getting your money's worth because of the room availability as well as the transportation options offered at this resort. When you stay at Pop Century, you get access to the Disney Skyliner, which in turn offers you access to Disney's Hollywood Studios and to Epcot. Moderate resorts are exactly what they sound like. Middle of the road in pricing, but slightly more grand when it comes to their theming. Much more chill than a value resort. Also, the dining and entertainment is cool at these resorts because they tend to be on theme with what that resort is inspired by. So, for example, at Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter Resort, they have beignets in the Scat Cats Lounge that feature live jazz music. And it's actually funny that I should mention French Quarter because this is the moderate resort of choice that I would stay at. This resort is just so chill, it's so quiet. You do have to take buses to the 4 parks, but you do have boat access to Disney Springs for all sorts of awesome shopping and dining. And then finally, we have the deluxe resorts. These are the grandest of the grand, and the price tag makes that very clear. You are paying for what you're getting, but for me personally, these are hotels that you save for a once-in-a-lifetime trip. These are not once-a-year trip hotel categories by any means. My go-to for deluxe resorts, I'm actually choosing to split in 2 because I would love to stay at Disney's Polynesian Resort one day, but I think my favorite deluxe resort I've stayed at is Disney's Wilderness Lodge. This is another one that is never super crazy, it's sort of off by itself, and boat access to Magic Kingdom is always cool. Now, this was my first Disney resort, so maybe I'm biased, but we also don't stay at deluxe resorts all that often. Walt Disney World has 32 different hotels to choose from, so I firmly believe that there is something at that resort that fits your taste and your budget. To me, the decision of whether or not to stay on Disney property is a no-brainer. There's so many ways to get around that it makes it very simple to navigate and even easier to get back to your hotel for that much-deserved break. And there's so many different hotels to choose from that I guarantee that you are not going to have the same trip twice. Honestly, the hardest part for me is just picking which hotel to stay at, and as long as you know what your budget is going into it, that immediately becomes a very easy question to answer. But for you Disney Parks veterans out there, let us know in the comments. Do you stay on Disney property? And I'm sure you do because you're a Disney Parks veteran. So where do you stay when you go? And if you're not already, be sure to hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on future product deep dives and any other Disney Parks content that we will be posting. Because again, we do have that trip coming up. So there's going to be a lot of videos coming for the different stuff that we're taking with us, and there's going to be vlogs. It's going to be so much fun. And also be sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads so you don't miss out on new product drops and any sales that we're going to be running on our shop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon.